Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Cause we're stuck in the moment. Vibe out when we smoking, yeah. I keep it 100. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. When I fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Cause we're stuck in the moment. Vibe out when we smoking, yeah. I keep it 100. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. When I fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Cause we're stuck in the moment. Vibe out when we smoking, yeah. I keep it 100. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. When I fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Cause we're stuck in the moment. Vibe out when we smoking, yeah. I keep it 100. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. When I fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it
tomorrow? Hit the like button. Type it in the chat. We're gonna be live like in 4 minutes. You know what I mean? Be live like in 4 minutes. Hit the like button for your boy, man. We're gonna show up and show out today. I know I didn't give you multiplayer last week, but it's back today. We're gonna show up and hit the like button though. We're gonna be live in like 4 minutes, man.
Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Cause we're stuck in the moment. Vibe out when we smoking, yeah. I keep it 100. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. When I fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Cause we're stuck in the moment. Vibe out when we smoking, yeah. I keep it 100. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Cause we're stuck in the moment. Vibe out when we smoking, yeah. I keep it 100. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. When I fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Cause we're stuck in the moment. Vibe out when we smoking, yeah. I keep it 100. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. When I fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Cause we're stuck in the moment. Vibe out when we smoking, yeah. I keep it 100. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. When I fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Cause we're stuck in the moment. Vibe out when we smoking, yeah. I keep it 100. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you is nothing we can't fight through. Was it stuck in a moment? Vibe out while we smoking, yeah. I keep it honey. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. Wanna fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Was it stuck in a moment? Vibe out while we smoking, yeah. I keep it honey. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. Wanna fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Was it stuck in a moment? Vibe out while we smoking, yeah. I keep it honey. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. Wanna fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Was it stuck in a moment? Vibe out while we smoking, yeah. I keep it honey. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. Wanna fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late? Will I get through? Tryna find another way I can find you. This is nothing we can't fight through. Was it stuck in a moment? Vibe out while we smoking, yeah. I keep it honey. You're beautiful like the ocean, yeah. Don't wanna change you, so I hope you don't wanna change me. Wanna fix your circumstances, life came like a stampede. Are you sleeping? Can I call you? Is it too late?
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
People. We got
We
350 million people.
we live.
All right, we live.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys come in, you be so kind, hit the like button, type your name, we're gonna shout you out. We're gonna have an entertaining show today, to say the least, man. So we're gonna fight. Somebody gotta turn their TV down on me, Mike or something. We're watching football. That shit, gonna get me flagged. I don't know who that is. All right. Hold up.
There you go.
Okay.
Hey, Tsunami, come on. Don't make me throw you in the gulag.
What happened?
You gotta cut your TV down and mute your mic. That should.
Oh shit, my bad. I got you.
You got your show playing. Kratos in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, do me a favor, pull up the show, shout everybody out while I get the screen up.
All right, let me pull up the show. Hold on.
Because as you guys come in, you be so kind to hit the like button, type your name, you know what I mean? Say what up. We're gonna shout you out and get the day started, man. We're gonna have an entertaining show, man. A lot of stuff to talk about, man. We got the
A lot of stuff.
We got the Sony developer. Go.
Yeah. Shout out to God Thriller. We got None of Your Goddamn Business.
Baby girl.
We got AP the Shooter. We got Rome Rush, Jersey Ghost, Bob Pound Max was good. Tip Diamond, Daniel Jack, Young Boy Get was good, brother. Elysium Court was good. One typical Latino is in the house. My brother Heath Stevens was good, player. Xaviel Bey, Crimson X25 was good. The Real Culito, Bam Reacts, Flipping, Phantom Kraken, aka Johansel, my brother. The Dark Lord Fusion was good, bro. Who else? We got Crazy Horse. We got Tamiko Doss. Welcome. Adrian Pena. We got Septic Meatball. What's good? Trey Mack. We got James Shock, King Reaper, Zach Carrion. We got John Mendoza. What's good, brother?
Yeah.
Cold as Ice is in the house. SS9 Vegeta, 9 Lives 210, Bam Bam, Pumpkin Queen. We got True SS Javik. What's good? We got we got $20 super chat already. Keytron Clark. Shout out to everybody in the podcast. The most entertaining panel on YouTube. Big facts. You goddamn right. Appreciate that, brother. Who else? We got Double O Rain in the house. We got D Ace Hole. Rocket Billy, Red Cadillac. Man, y'all, and these names killing me, brother. What's up, brother? We got Brian Carter in the house. That's Clarence Carter's son.
Yeah.
We got Eternal E808.
Yeah.
We got Flipping. The Geeky Nerd, Ghost of New Orleans. What's good, brother? Max City Entertainment was good. Let's see. Oh, by the way, he said MBG and J Dub are the ultimate Sony cap artists. Facts. We got Louis Nationalist, Bam Reacts, Javon was good. Quanvo was good. Cynthia's. We got Gen X, Game in Despair. Who else? We got Jimmy Euchre. What's good, brother?
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
time for another crime session. Frank White. Not Frank Wright, but Frank White. Low end average gaming. You know he an Xbox guy. Wholesale was good. Warlock God. Andrew Tucker World. Yujiro Hanma, my brother, was good. Ashton Mueller. We got Mr. All Around Gamer. And that's it. Let's get the show going.
Yeah,
Let's
for
get the
sure.
show.
Like I said, as you guys come in, you be so kind to hit the like button. Also, too, I want to shout these guys out that just been members of the show. Members of that joined my channel. My man Justin Vidal, 8-month member. I appreciate it. My brother Sony Prophet, Philip Sin 22. My man Crimson X 25. Shout out to you. And again, Clarence Clark, shout out for the $20.
All right, I got two more people I want to shout out to. Z, we got Craig the tech guy, and we also got my brother Triple J. I ain't forgot about you, brother. I see you. This shit just keep going.
Yeah. Like I said, what else we did show? We did show. Should we did show the other day? Day before yesterday. We had the Final Fantasy shit went left. I'm still getting inbox about that. Said Pizzo lost his goddamn mind. We had the I guess the Sony developer who says what he's I didn't watch the show. I was actually streaming what he said about on I guess the Dealer's podcast. What's the guy? What's his Monica? What's something? Posted his name.
Chris Garnell or some stuff.
Yeah, he's following me on Twitter. I followed him back. But he had to say Chris. Post up called him something else. What did he call him? Something. But anyway,
Post probably called him Sugar Daddy. Or
yeah,
some shit. I don't know.
Daddy.
The last game he made was Killzone 2.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, he been out the loop for a minute. But okay.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about that. The Xbox Series S, the Xbox Series X, versus the PlayStation 5. Microsoft might be trying to pin them in a corner between the two consoles. Also, too, some other things will come out that say that Sony has rested on their laurels. They're being cocky again. You're going to need 2 jobs to buy this $600 console. They said Sony's being cocky again. Also, to the patent leak. I don't mind if you guys want to talk about that. For the cooling, and cooling on both sides. Also, to
many sides.
Microsoft revealed the logo. We can talk about that though. I haven't seen it because somebody sent me. Well, actually, what that thing that Sean posted in the DMs, was that true about the Series S?
As far as what?
No, that's just a mock-up.
Oh, that should look professional, motherfucker. All right. Okay.
Yeah. It's a mock-up.
Okay. Well, actually,
you can tell it's a mock-up. It had Battletoads and some other games on there.
Oh no, that's about real. That's the catalog, ain't it? That motherfucker about official.
Hey, I would hope not.
Yeah.
They got Battletoads on the cover of the fucking X1X. God damn.
That's about right, ain't it? Shit, you know what I mean? But like I said, as you guys come in, hit the like button. We're gonna have an entertaining show today. I guess what we can talk about. I guess the room is still filling up. I didn't see the Pizzo. I know you probably keep up with the RDX and what they do. Shout out to my brother Tim. That's my motherfucking brother.
Thanks. I did watch that show though. Go ahead.
You did.
My bad.
All bots watch it. Fuck everybody on this show, but my brother Tim though, right? Now he's been, I guess, getting some traction for the last few weeks because he spoke out against, I guess, he's saying that Sony's being decrypted. They're not being totally honest about the PlayStation 5. He even alluded to again about some fake ray tracing and that the SSD is not going to help.
Yeah.
That the PS5 is in a world of trouble. Maybe I guess from the power side. Maybe just when it comes to multiplets. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but again, what do you guys thought? This is a guy full of shit.
I'll start.
Go ahead, Jay.
This guy went on the RDX podcast. Obviously I don't watch that shit, but for a lot of people they do. So since he was a ex Sony developer, I decided to do a little legwork and see what this guy's about, see what he's talking about. And last game he worked on was Killzone 2.
Exposed.
So his information kind of outdated. So I started wondering, why would you have a guy that's out of the loop on making games and hardware on a show as being an expert? And so I started equating it to that's like somebody Z. That's just like you having Seamus Blackley on the show and asking him about the X Series X. Like he been out the game for 30 years. So then start looking on Twitter after the show the next day. You know the ponies, man, they gonna go pull his card and come to find out he is a pro Xbox gamer. He's out there thanking Phil and they sending him controllers and stuff.
Someone praying in the background?
I think that's showing where it is. Hold on, I have to mute that motherfucker. Wait.
Yeah, I was playing Rosie.
Oh, let me turn this guy
doing vocal warm-ups.
My fault. My son in the background.
Oh, somebody make that praising the Lord or something. What the fuck going on?
He said la la la.
Praying to Lord Phil. All right, continue, J-Dubs.
I'm sorry, get J-Dubs.
Yeah. So it's not about trying to shame the guy or anything. We just want to find out what makes him qualified for speaking on something recent, especially with some of the things.
Nation.
Some of the things
he think he is.
Yeah.
Hey,
exactly.
can I?
They try to do that.
Hold on.
Oh shit! Went left. Shit about to go
One
left.
at a time.
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Play Rose. You
So
can go ahead.
here's the full context.
Oh shit.
Here's the full context. Number one, it didn't start with RDX. It started about a month ago. He on his own came out and said
His own volition.
On his own, he came out and said that from guys that he knew still at Sony relayed this information to him. Not that he has any experience with the PS5 dev kit because they don't work there anymore.
Oh,
he said that there were people at Sony relaying certain information about the PS5 to him that was not good. That was number one. Number two, he also knows people in the industry that work at third party, and he was hearing certain comments from him about the power difference between the two being staggering in Xbox favor. From that, it was after that at some point that dealer hooked up with him to have him on the podcast. And on the podcast, because I did listen to it, and it's a super long podcast. They really didn't get into it. If you want to go listen to about the 2-hour mark,
No, thank you.
Hell no.
and really what he spent the bulk of the time addressing was he never was talking about the PS5 being trash. He was saying, one, it won't be as capable as ray tracing because of the CU difference, and two, he was addressing a lot of the stuff about the SSD not making up for the performance gap that has been a narrative that people have been running with. So when I've been reading the Twitter and stuff you've been talking about, it doesn't discredit the guy because he hasn't worked at Sony for however long, and that it doesn't discredit him that he doesn't have a PS5 dead kit, because we listen to Jason Schreier say stuff all the time, and he ain't got no PS5 dead kit, etc. But my point is,
Xbox dev kit.
all he did was relay what he had been hearing. No different than any other quote unquote insider. The only difference is he probably had, because like for example, Optimus Code was on there as well. He talked about how even though he doesn't develop games anymore, he's in private Slack channels with people who are still in the industry. Now he doesn't know anyone in that Slack channel that has a PS5 dev kit. He only knows people that have an X1 Series X dev kit in that Slack channel. But what I'm saying is these guys do still have connections with previous co-workers and things of that nature. So I would just take what he said, because all he said was this is what he heard. So it doesn't really discredit him for based on the things you're saying. It just means that that's just what he heard.
Whoa, one at a time. Let Moss go.
Jay,
Well spoken.
Jay, I'm gonna throw a slow ball to you down the middle. Now, if we can sit there and say that this guy can't be discredited because of the connections that he has, how come we ain't had the same energy from the dude from Crytek when he was relaying what he had heard from developers?
I don't have that energy. I know.
I was about to
say that just now.
That dude took it back though.
No,
he didn't take it. He didn't take it
back. He just got fired.
He got fired, and he said he took his stuff down for personal reasons. Whatever.
Exactly. Go ahead, J-Dubs. Now
so this is why I want to say, right? Okay, if that explains a lot, but the only shaky thing that I have to say now is
mute your mic, bro.
with doing some research, I checked my man's PSN account, and I saw his trophy score is a level 7, and he doesn't have any trophies, or it doesn't show him playing Killzone 2, which he developed.
What?
Or supposedly helped develop. Yeah.
Okay, what that got?
Whoa! Hold on. Bar that. Hold on. Now he worked on Killzone 2. Am I correct?
That's correct. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Back in Killzone 2, if I'm wrong, J-Dubs, you're the pony here. That had no trophies at launch. So you're telling me he stopped playing PlayStation that early?
What?
He stopped playing that early? Shit!
I'm looking at the man. That's what I'm saying.
My man Javon.
He never went back.
I checked my trophy scores, and I got a bunch of trophies for Killzone 2. I checked that man's Killzone 2.
He never went back.
Not even on his list.
He made the game.
Well, how about this?
Damn.
How about this? Right, first we gotta build. We gotta build. Shout out to my man Javon. He said if he's right, who cares? We're here for the game, fuck niggas. How about this? Right, and listen. We got any 300 motherfuckers here. Just hit the like button. Man. You ready for shit to go left? How about this? Right. To be honest, I think Killzone was dog shit. Maybe he came atonement for it. Maybe he found a higher spirit, a higher power, right?
Don't tell Reg.
You know what? Yeah, Reg love that motherfucking Killzone. You know, he's not gonna play that trash. You know what I mean? Maybe he might just be a disgruntled employee. You know what I mean?
Late?
Hey man, I hold grudges forever, man.
Well, I mean,
he wasn't really hating though. Yeah,
let's look at the facts.
Hating on the PlayStation 5.
Let's look at the facts. Maybe he didn't sound like he was hating, but he is only a level 7 on there.
What him?
I don't know. That's not very high.
Busy making games, man.
Developing it. Yeah, what that got to do with him developing?
So you want to develop that's not playing games?
I don't really care as long as the game's dope. You could be a
Killzone wasn't dope.
See, and the thing is, like the nature of the conversation really was extremely tech oriented. Like they talked about, like they both he agreed with Optimus and I think it was Soccer, because Soccer I think they have to do with a software engineering background on the podcast. He just don't talk about it much. They talked about how there was nothing that the Xbox Series X could do to make up for the gap in the SSD. There is not it's not, because they were talking about game design, and Optimus was making the point that with the PS5's SSD, it can stream in the textures so quickly, they can still offer highly detailed worlds. That's not necessarily going to be a problem. At the same time, it's not something that's going to substitute the GPU advantage and things of that nature. And he says what he expects to happen is, like, for example, if you wanted to play, and he said this on a different podcast, if you wanted to have a game like The Flash and you wanted to be able to run, let's say 100 meters per second, that type of game, if that's the extent to what that SSD could do on the PS5 and it could load in 500 blocks a second at that speed, you would not be able to duplicate that game on the Series X because the SSD is not fast enough to load things into memory. So what they both addressed was, it sounds like these consoles were made for two different purposes that have to do really with their first party studios in mind. So he wasn't down in the PS5 at all. He was just stating that the power difference is different, it's staggering. But they also mentioned how that's not what they think the PS5 was going after. How Sony seemed to be thinking more about the game design and revolutionizing that. And he does agree that they got caught off a little guard by Microsoft in terms of how balanced Microsoft's system is, that they weren't expecting that. He says that he did say he heard that. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and you heard that. I've heard this bill here. McNeil Chris J with the $4.99. PlayStation Nation, what's up? The grocery store's on the panel. The Xbox is trash. And pizza, which you spell pizza. This chat still don't care what the fuck you're gonna say besides the dumb comment.
Damn, what did Pizzo say last show?
Oh, what's up, Mo?
Something about Final Fantasy wasn't impressive?
Yeah. You wasn't impressive?
You see how they twisted? Final Fantasy wasn't impressive. Shout out to the chat. 3 million in 3 days is trash. Fuck out of here.
But,
damn.
But this is what I want to say, right? At the end of the day, right? I don't know. For people trying to spin the narrative, like there is a difference between 12 to 10 or whatever the hell it is. Like we gotta be realistic. Let's say, you know what?
It's the same difference from the Pro to the X. 2 G flops difference. Yeah.
About 9.2.
Okay,
shit.
give it 5. Give it 5 difference.
Not a problem. Right?
He said give it 20.
Give it 5.
It's going to come down to this, right? At the end of the day, right?
Games look better.
Will the Series X be another multi-plat box like the Xbox One X6?
Yeah.
You know, because listen, be realistic. Because I know Sony's going to take advantage of their hardware, whatever. Say the bitch is 17 flops. They're going to take advantage of that. You know what I mean? They're going to have those, how you say, mocap realistic games. You know what I mean? That's what they do. You know what I mean? Microsoft, on the other hand, we know them for, you know, not so much as of late. They've been, you know, Sea of Thieves, you know what I mean? Battletoads, bleeding ass. That type of shit they be putting down, bro.
I'll give them Gears.
Grounded.
Yeah, but okay, grounded. But even with Gears,
grounded game of
look,
the year.
Here's the thing, and I want to be because this is you don't like those cartoony games. It's not about the art style, right? Because people always just go about that with cartoony games. No, those were bad fucking games. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Okay, 'cause art style fine, but they just wasn't good fucking games at the end of the fucking day. And motherfuckers were capping for that because Fable doesn't look realistic, but I like Fable. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. But you know, to me, it's a good game. You know, but even what I'm saying, but even with Gears, I wouldn't say Gears is realistic. I mean, really, it looks nice. You know, you got these big guys. You know, you aliens or whatever the fuck you're fighting. You know, even Halo, that's not to me ultra realistic.
Yeah, Halo was never realistic.
You know, it's not so
artistic.
You know, it's not just bigger than the art style, but those just wasn't fucking good games. You know what I mean? There was a whole bunch of shit going on back then. Dropping Barbie dolls. Y'all seen the rant? I had to bring that back up. But the goddamn, you know, there was a bunch of shit going on back then, man. You know, but Phil put out a cryptic tweet. It said the games are coming. Now, are we to believe? He say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Are we to believe this very powerful white Christian man? Are the games coming?
No, just
I believe him.
I think that
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
My bad. No, I was gonna say I think the first, if there really is 2 shows, I think the first show is gonna be kind of disappointing. I think there's gonna be more hardware based, and they might show a game, but I think the second show gonna have some games in it. They better have some games in it.
All right, we got a bill here from.
But you know, I'll pay this bill. But you know, Shinobi says games are coming, so he's kind of credible. But Goop Man with the $4.99. What's up, grocery store? Bots downplaying the PS5 by hyping the Series S. We can talk about that. Will y'all buy the Series S, and why do y'all care about sales now? The S is made for sales. It's a $300 box if true. And John Mendoza with the $14.99. Shout out to him. He also does the. Well, he sponsors the things.
Yeah. Well, look out for that channel. So we gonna
Call of Duty.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah. So shout out to him for that. But you left an important part out. He also said that third party would not be able to take advantage of that SSD. And that it's unlikely Sony would either because of the fact that Sony games, or at least some of them, are going to the PC.
Okay, let me
Yeah, he did say that too.
Let me clarify what he said. He did state that third party would not take advantage of the SSD.
Okay, not a problem.
But that's going to probably be on both sides because they're going to make games for PC. He said, what was the other part of the comment?
That's what I was saying.
About first party. He said most first party is not going to take advantage of it either because their games might go to PC.
Here's what Optimus said. Optimus said, if Sony's going to be putting their games on PC, they would not be able to take advantage of the SSD because he does not see them putting up the budget to do it. If Sony's willing to put up the budget, yes, they can release the game on PS5 and then have to do whatever redevelopment they need to do to release the game on PC. But he does not see them putting up the budget to do it.
Okay.
They putting all that money into a smart card too, so I don't know if they're gonna have the budget. There's gonna be more smart cards in the console.
That's why exclusives matter, because when you buy exclusives, you get to make it for that particular platform, and this is why you got games that's being made for the PS5 exclusively for PS5 and not for the PS4. And another thing people are not realizing when it comes to PC, right? PC has a game right now which called Star Citizen, where it's mandatory. Listen, but going forward, right? We're talking this 2020. This is going forward. This is that transition. You don't think going forward that more PC games are going to have that requirement that you have an SSD, especially now? Hold on. Let me finish.
More powerful than anything ever.
Let me finish.
And let him finish. But I want to counter that.
All right, but let Jacobs go.
Especially now that the next gen consoles have caught up to PC, where now more gamer and more gaming rigs have SSDs in them. So now it's more widely adopted than not. So I think now would be, remember, PC is that threshold where not everybody has to have a like for like. You got somebody with a $200 PC and somebody with a $10,000 PC, and they don't care which one you have or in between. When they make games, they make it, and whatever hardware you have, that's what it's gonna run on, and what it won't. But you got games like Star Citizen, which is just the first of many that's going to require a SSD. And I'm just saying.
One quick point. I'm gonna let you go. I think you're right. The only issue is the SSDs in these consoles are NVMe's, and NVMe's are still expensive. Most of the other SSDs in people's PCs, they're SATA drives, and they're not as fast.
No, my PC has NVMe. I mean, most normal
you got a good PC.
Gamers, gaming PC and gaming rigs, people have on the motherboard.
Yeah, NVMe's aren't that expensive.
NVMe in there.
Okay,
we'll get say this to J-Dubs real fast. So, I mean, you're not wrong, J-Dubs. I mean, they can completely put up a requirement that SSD is required to run this game. I agree with you there, but one thing we do have to consider is that SSD that's inside the PlayStation 5. It's an SSD that tech is not even available yet.
Yes, it's going to come though. We know it's going to come within the next year. I mean,
the speed will come, but not the tech. Because that 12 channel, you not duplicating that on PC.
That is going to be the top 1% will have that in their PCs. So even if the game is optimized to run on the PS5, there's still going to have to be some compromise.
Okay, hold on. Let me rebuttal that. Not necessarily because what Sony is doing with the PS5 is basically using that SSD for RAM. I was watching a video today from I forgot. I think it was
Virtual RAM.
Yes, it was actually basically they said the speed of that SSD is right there. No, listen, it's literally almost equivalent to a DDR3 RAM stick. That's the speed, the bandwidth wise. That's the speed of it. So with that being said,
DDR3
they're not
gigabits.
They're not using it as virtual RAM, but what Sony he did state it would be like it. Because of how fast
that's what I'm saying, right? Because of the speed. So that means speeds of that. Remember, they're not just using this drive just for storage. They're going to be using this drive for other things, for all the caching, and it has controllers. And that shit is not going to be in PC. That's specifically for the PS5 to do what PS5 does. So I think that's why they're saying, well, we can sacrifice some GPU speed. We can sacrifice not speed, but how many CPUs. We can sacrifice some CPU stuff, but we'll try to make this a more evenly kill system to be able to fit that. Efficient.
Their GPU sacrifices around their backwards compatibility. They were hard locked to either be 36 CUs or 72.
That's let's get
the bills right quick.
Well, hold on. There are bills, but I think Chris would agree. Gaming's a selfish hobby, so that's why it's like that. But True SS Havoc with the $5, and this is about Phil Spencer. He says games are coming, but what games is he talking about? Don't fall for it. Though I will say Shinobi is credible, so let's hope for the best. And Giovanna with the $1.99. We believe in P3. Phil Spencer, like white Jesus. True SS Havoc with the $2. A lot of people now have NVMe, the PCs. Double O Rain with the 5. The Xbox Series X is unequivocally more powerful than the PlayStation 5. However, Sony devs are magicians and will make some of the greatest looking games next generation. These are facts. John Mendoza with the $9.99. Shout out to him again. Now let me add one more thing. That's why DX12 Ultimate is so important moving forward. We're going back to DX12. It allows games on PC and Xbox to be made on one code. Oh my god, this is DX12 remaster. And don't bring up that DX11.
There is truth in that. There is.
Wait, hold on.
Lot of truth in that.
Don't bring up that DX11 shit. Don't bring up the DX11 shit. That tool set is being phased out. I don't know, man. PC development is pretty slow.
Yes.
All right, now continue the show.
Wait, we got one more from Rain. Oh, am I behind you guys? Oh, that's it. Yeah,
I think you're behind. I already got that one.
Okay. We'll be in 1 year time. We're going to be talking about DX13. Trust me.
Oh, we got one more actually. John Mendoza. Okay, $4.99. This is the last bill, and oh wait, I think
Post about DirectX 13.
This is Emperor Optimus. John Mendoza.
All right. Yeah, okay, here we go. John Mendoza. Emperor Optimus PC's SSDs will not be able to be equivalent to Sony's SSD because it's not just the speed. And I was talking about, the 12 channel and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, one thing I will say too.
Pizzo, I'm right, bro. Like in 1 year's time, when Sony put the foot down on that gas pedal, motherfuckers gonna come up with the hidden GPU and the DX13 is gonna say we've been here before. That's all I'm saying. Like I hope it works, but we've been here before.
One thing I will say, and I y'all who are more inclined to correct me, I do believe, like, when I look at some of the PC stuff, like the software implementations and stuff like that, it looks like a lot of it benefits the lower end cards more than the 2080 Ti's and the higher end ones. Yes, I do believe that the efficiency. A lot of games are going to be scaled to like work better on these lower end cards because you're going to be able to get more performance with some of these software implementations.
Actually, I do have an important bill. Double a rating with the $5. Wait a minute. Why do y'all have that non-gaming motherfucker Pizzo on the panel? Has not played a game since 2018. Mute that grocery store. And I'll tell you a story about Pizzo. I will tell you a story about Pizzo. We were in this Discord playing NBA or Warzone or some shit. Pizzo hopped in, he's like, ugh, y'all gaming? And then he hopped right the fuck out.
Oh, we got one more.
Hey, damn. That was before I knew y'all. I wasn't comfortable just talking without playing the game back then. That's facts, though.
The fuck you want to hop in for a show, not the game? God damn. Xaviel Bey with the $5. Alright. Oh, man. That's a good bill. But, alright, Xaviel Bey with the $5. Sony has no talent now. They all work for Xbox. So who's going to make these games for the PlayStation 5? Yoshidi is gone. But at the same time, Xaviel Bey, didn't you call those developers making schizophrenic games? Didn't you say that? Schizophrenic games?
Yeah.
Koopman with the $9.99. Fellas, I'm just a black man with little knowledge on these consoles. Use every inch of power to make games, or is a certain amount of power will be used because both have a lot of power?
I mean, they're both very powerful consoles. You know what I mean? It's a bigger leap this generation and what they're doing, especially on the CPU side of things. Then we went from from the 7th to the 8th with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a big leap. You know what I mean? Now the PS4 Pro, and I think a lot of people confuse this, and the Xbox One X, those were just mentioned refreshes, basically meant
that's new.
To run what you already have a little faster, a little prettier. You know what I mean? So we talking about, again, SSDs and not moving away from mechanical drives. The CPU, you know what I mean? Like maybe 60 frames, maybe mandatory. Hopefully going forward, you know what I mean? Then just don't change. It's a big step up, you know what I mean, than what we got previously. But with that being said, this janky motherfucker, right? I'm gonna give him a listen. Jesus, about Phil. I know y'all want to give the benefit of the doubt. Let me say this one thing, right? You said the games are coming, right? This motherfucker had the minute ago, give me a $5 goddamn console next to Zoo Tycoon and Lucky Tail. He gives zero fucks, you know what I mean? Now he claims again, because he has made these bold claims before in the past. The best game in Xbox history, the best E3, and he's very excited when we got the show. This motherfucker showed me a Bambi simulator last goddamn E3. You know what I mean? Yep. Listen, I'm gonna be real. I don't think Phil knows a good game from his ass to a hole in the goddamn game.
What the fuck are we doing here?
You know what we doing. We talking about Phil lying, janky ass. Now, he just said it's been the best goddamn E3 ever, the best lineup in Xbox history. We've heard all these bold, sound like motherfucking Ringless Barbs in the circus, you know what I mean? The greatest show on earth. We've heard all this shit before, you know what I mean? He makes this cryptic goddamn creep talking about the games is coming. Like, what was the Game of Thrones? Winter is coming. If you don't get your junky ass out of here, you know what I mean?
I'm not believing that shit.
You gonna backtrack all this shit?
I hope I do.
When they show it, when they show it, not a fucking tweet from Phil.
I'm believing.
No, because I was gonna say something before you even jumped in.
Hey, Bug Dat versus Post Up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, we got some bills here. Fuck all that.
That
All
ain't
right,
me. I'm
fine.
light skinned.
Koopman with the 199. He says he mistyped the last one. He meant has a lot of power or have a lot of power.
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather with the 2. Look, Rain is cheerleading again. Shut the fuck up, you slow grocery store. Philip Sin with the 999. Yo, what's good up, Z? Phil. Xaviel Bey with the $2. 15 studios to do nothing now. I smell pony dust. And Victor Alstein with the 2. Hope the PlayStation 5 SSD doesn't turn out like the cell.
Okay, wait, hold up. Going back to my man Xavier Bey. Hey, Bey, you know you my motherfucking brother, right? You know, I know we still friends. I whooped your ass in that MK, right? But check this out, right? 15 goddamn studios, right? And we gotta be realistic here. Are we really expecting somebody to say a AAA banger from goddamn Compulsions, the motherfucker that made We Happy Few?
Yep.
Why?
We can't do that. We can't do that though.
Wow.
Because Sony only got about 5 AAA. They only got about 5 AAA studios, right?
Few Compulsion gamers are comprised of the same people who made BioShock. Fuck nigga.
Oh, Lord.
BioShock, when that came out 15 years ago?
But it was
Xbox, I bet Xbox will have the same
That was,
number of
but
AAA
that was from
studios
last
as Sony.
generation, bro. Like them
It doesn't matter. It
What they
just
got to
proves
do with them?
they are capable of making AAA games.
Wait, hold the fuck up.
That's the point. What are you
Wait,
talking
No,
about?
it's not about AAA game. It's about a good
now it's not
fucking
about
AAA.
AAA game.
No,
Man, shut the
it's
fuck
about
up.
it's about a good fucking AAA.
Hey, yo, hold the
game.
fuck up, yo. Hey, yo, wait, hold up.
Justify the good
Yo,
AAA
this
game.
motherfucker, this name
I
developed from
bet
Tetris, from Cubert. Cubert was in the goddamn Atari. I mean, what the fuck are we doing here?
Listen,
Look,
there's a
Xbox will have the same number of AAA studios as Sony will next gen. I bet that.
no,
Actually,
they probably have
actually,
more.
I think
Hey,
they have more.
what
They
is
probably
really strong
have
right now
more.
are these bills. So hold on, we got one for $299. The PlayStation 5 secret sauce is not the SSD. It's gonna be Spider-Man 2, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, God of War 2, and Days Gone 2.
All right.
We gotta
Elysium
wait 3
Core with the
years.
200. This one's for you, Z. Go ahead. What is Xbox?
Xbox is dog shit.
Thank you. Xavier Bay with the 2. Schizophrenia is real strong with you, Z.
Hey, bro,
And
nah,
you, Z.
hey, listen, bro. All I'm saying is here, bro. You said, listen, I no longer believe in Jesus was coming Phil. I wasn't just blasphemous to after this goddamn generation. Never in my wildest goddamn years did I think that this motherfucker would end like this. Like, literally. Like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
You bet on the wrong horse in the beginning.
Yeah, I bet on the wrong goddamn horse. Like, for real. These motherfuckers set me up for the okie doke.
That's the only thing I'm saying, Z, is listen, we all have to agree on one thing, and that's we've been hearing for the last 7 years, right? We've been on this show for years. Wait to E3, wait to E3, wait to E3. Phil has said this, Phil has said that for 7 years. Now, don't kick me because I'm saying, well, shit,
Don't shoot the messenger.
I've been doing that for 7 years and I've been disappointed. So I'm just going to sit back and wait and see instead of jumping on the field wagon after we've been disappointed already. You know what I'm saying?
I'll put it like this. I think he don't have credibility for saying that for his first 4 years.
Yes.
Buying new studios 2018. It's been 2 years now almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, who that play Rosie?
After that, I can take his credibility. I will give him
Okay,
a shot.
how about fuck
because
all
they
that?
got new. They got. I know.
Hey, Mo, your man might get this work. Hey, play Rosie.
Come on, let's go ahead.
Check it out, right? You
All
the same. No. You the same nigga, right? Now listen, I don't allow nobody to tell true stories that's funny, right? You the same nigga, and I got the audio.
Don't do it to him, Z.
I got you.
Don't do it to him.
Your story in life is sort of Jesus Christ because you
I got a question.
Let me work. I'm gonna let you ask your question. Let me finish.
I got a question for you.
I'll answer every question, but you the same nigga, right? That said that you found Christianity because the story of Jesus, you were stabbed in your back by your friends, walked 3 city blocks and seen a cross in the goddamn sky. Now check this shit out. Mind you, we was talking about The Last of Us 2. And he said he refused to play The Last of Us 2 because he had a porn addiction and he's a Christian. Say I'm lying. I will say I'm lying. I will put that audio out there. You didn't say you was not to play Last of Us 2 because it's a girl scene, and you was a Christian and you had addiction to porn.
Let me ask you a question.
I will answer your question because you answer that.
I just told you over here mixing up details, bro. I ain't answered nothing.
Oh, let me say it clearly because I'm always recording.
You
I said to
harder
you.
than Mark Cerny, bro.
No.
I'm not answering.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Because I'm gonna answer your question. You ask whatever you want to ask
let him
me.
say it.
I'm just saying to you. You said you believe in Phil, right? You believe Phil, and I say, and I can see why. Because you the same man said you refused to play The Last of Us 2 because it was a girl on girl scene, and you're a Christian, and you had an addiction to porn. Yes or no?
That is not the way I said that, bro.
Oh shit!
Did you say those things?
I said I'm not going to play it because I'm not really down with the whole girls kissing each other.
Okay.
That's why
Did you say you had an addiction to
That's
porn?
all I said.
Did you say you had an addiction to porn?
In a whole nother context.
Did you say that you was a Christian?
In the past.
So when did I lie on you, brother?
Hold on, bro. Let me answer your question. So you want your question answered. That was 13 years ago. So what does 13 years ago have to do with The Last of Us 2 right now?
And you tell me!
Exactly my point. That's exactly my point. That's what I be saying. You be twisting up details, just putting stuff together.
Bro,
right? 13 years ago ain't got nothing to do with The Last of Us 2.
You know what, nigga?
Welcome to the club.
Hey, bro, hold up.
Hey, why did Sony sound like Jabari?
Listen, we were talking about The Last of Us 2. You the one who gave us this heartwarming comment. How you got a dead mouse in your pocket?
Dude, that was two completely separate conversations.
Oh, we gotta get the bills now. This thing ain't gonna be honest. Get the bills now.
All right. Yes. Mac City with the $10. And tell me if he's lying. I see the tide turning. A lot of people are saying they're gonna be buying the Xbox Series X day one based on the power alone.
All right.
They're all pony diehards as well. If Xbox has games, they could put a dent in Sony next generation.
Okay. Listen, hey, Mark, I hope they do.
Keyword if. Let me answer the second part of what you're saying, Z, in all seriousness.
Okay.
I'm giving Phil only the benefit of the doubt because they purchased all them studios. They went on a mass hiring spree. I'm waiting to see what they do. If they have all this talent, they spent all this money, and they deliver games like Grounded, it's a complete failure.
All right, I'm gonna say one thing.
He had talented studios before.
I'm gonna say this one thing.
Yeah, but they didn't have money. They weren't funding stuff.
Not a problem.
He can't nurture games.
Listen,
he's the wrong guy.
Here's the thing, right? Let me get this out the way before.
On the show.
Listen, let me
I
get
broke
this
your
out the way.
fucking ankles 3 games in a row. Shut the fuck up.
Shit!
God damn.
These niggas to get on the panel and then follow up behind Z ass all day on everything the fuck he say. Nigga, y'all gotta start thinking for yourselves, man.
Damn.
Y'all just repeat this man like y'all a seance, nigga. You a repeater, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
You talking to Buck. He's always on everybody's dick.
He's a repeater,
Oh my
nigga. You go from Microsoft had studios in the past, but then you clown them about only having 3 to 4
look,
studios.
man, he used to.
What
Remember?
studios did they have, bro?
Why y'all post up? Why you giving them credit? Listen, why you giving them credit for doing what they should have did? They in the fucking video game industry.
Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Teddy,
But we just saying you can't.
You act like you ain't winning. You act like you ain't never went to McDonald's and got some fucked up services.
Oh shit! God
You know what I'm saying?
Hey yo, you know what?
They were supposed to doing what they were supposed to do, but you still got.
I've never been into McDonald's and them tell me that they was out of fucking hamburgers and French fries.
That ain't the point. That ain't the point.
That is the point. The point is.
Did you just compare gaming to food?
You just went to bypass and went into bypass, standing in a long ass line only for them to find out they was out of chicken sandwiches, motherfucker. What is you talking about?
Hold on.
We can't judge them by the same.
Can we get this out the way? Listen.
How about this? Xaviel Bey with the $2. Does that pay for a chicken sandwich? $2.
Yeah.
Remember that Naughty Dog made Crash Bandicoot? Gamer O'Malley with a 2. The Bleeding Edge trailer, and this is a good topic. You know how they're like accolade trailers? You know, like IGN's like 9 out of 10, shit like that. Those type of trailers.
Yeah.
So Bleeding Edge scored so badly on Metacritic that they went and took user reviews like K Mega and shit and put it in their trailer.
Sony did that too. Sony did that too.
With what?
Sony did that with Days Gone.
Stop it, bro.
They put it in Discord. Yeah, they did. A fan trailer. They did.
Hey, Javona with the $1.99. Did Xbox buy Rockstar or CG Projekt Red? No, grocery stores. And ODG with the $2. What's happening, folks? Sorry I'm late to the party. Shout out to you for showing up. Floyd Mayweather with the 5. We need to W8 for them and put all their passion projects first right, Grounded, Bleeding Edge, Battletoads, J-Dubs. You need to help Microsoft out. Noel with the $5. Microsoft are going to sell y'all the Xbox Series X, S, Series T, W, and every other letter in the damn alphabet. We all bots will buy it. Lucifer with the $4.99. Post is known for being a happy guy, but once you insult that Phil Dominus Spencer, this man blood pressure and sugar goes off the flat earth and flips upside down. Ice wall and all.
Let me tell you something. I'd rather get mad over that than get mad over somebody insulting trannies. Fuck, nigga.
Oh man, Jesus Christ!
And Teddy, you got a game to fucking be playing right now. Stop ducking.
Let me tell you something.
Again, bud, get that dick out your fucking mouth. I already know you got your manhood taken when you was younger.
I'm tired of pulling up to these motherfucking RIP Xbox podcasts.
We just not believing Phil. That's all.
Real talk, folks. Real talk.
You know what you believe in. You know what you believe in.
I just want.
Hold on,
You know what you
Waving
believe
goodbye.
in, fuck nigga.
Hold on,
Let me tell you
Post. Let me
something.
ask you, Post. Listen,
That's
you
so-
know
it's-
I've probably spent more money
Straight
on
up.
Xbox this generation than
We don't
probably
believe
them.
you.
Listen, no, I'm just
We don't
telling
believe
you.
you.
Listen, I've tried to support. Y'all even know. Y'all know this for a fact. I tried to help Microsoft.
Hey, put some water in here so I can take my medicine.
I've tried to help Microsoft win NPDs, and them
Man, get your
motherfuckers.
ass out of here.
So now here's the thing. The Xbox. I want to declare this on this show.
Who
Again,
is this nigga?
this is my second time on this show declaring this.
See?
The Xbox Series.
What is this nigga talking about?
Listen,
leg.
Did he just say what I think he said?
let me finish.
I'm for audacity.
Wow.
The Xbox Series X is going to be the world's most powerful console, right? I declare that. There's no argument about that.
Okay.
So I don't know why we're going to
Look.
keep stating that. That's a
You know
fact.
what?
Now,
You know
here's
what?
the thing. I've said, hold on, Post. Where am I going wrong? I'm just stating the obvious. The Xbox Series X, just like the Xbox One X, is the world's most powerful console. But at the end of the day, when them motherfuckers come out and show the games that's going to be running on the world's most powerful console, that's why they have their work cut out for them. They
You
have to
assuming.
deliver.
You
So let me
assuming.
ask. Let me ask.
Hold on, no, please. Let me go. Let me cut into this motherfucker here.
All right, go ahead,
This
Post.
little motherfucker think he's sick.
ahead.
Let me say you something. I'm so tired of all this assuming and boo-hooing, talking about Microsoft can't. Y'all sit up here and call them $1 trillion company all day, and then turn around and say, even though they out there spending money, buying studios, doing what they can, even though they
Double
might
A and
doing
Indy,
it,
double
look,
A and
hold
Indy.
on, even though they might not be doing it the way you like. They are
games?
doing it.
Post,
Hold on,
big
hold on.
games?
Let me hold on. Let me tell you. Let me break it down to you, brother. Because prior to the Series X even being announced, you motherfuckers said Microsoft was gonna come into this generation the same way they started this one, and that has not been the case. So that's the first L. The second, hold on. The second L, you sit up here and said 13.3 teraflops, 14.2 teraflops, and the PS5 was gonna be more powerful. You tweeted all day from people from different websites, developers who didn't work with Sony, third-party developers, that it was going to be
You
more
got the
powerful.
power. What
Hold
else
on,
do you
hold on.
have?
Let me finish.
Hallelujah.
Hold on.
Wow.
What
Kratos.
else do you
Hold
Hallelujah.
on. Kratos, that turned out to be false, right?
What else do you
All right,
want?
hold on. Let
Let
me finish. Let me
Let
finish.
him finish, man.
The,
Hallelujah.
the 12 top flops was a lie. RDNA 2 was a lie. That turned out to be false. It turned out to be true, fuck nigga. We turned out to have the power. People is changing their minds about the perception of the system. Now the only thing people is the only thing people is waiting on is content, and y'all still in this motherfucking mindset that Microsoft can't turn it around for shit. And I ain't gonna say shit. I'm gonna sit back, and when they show these motherfucking games, none of you motherfuckers better not say shit on the day they show this
This
shit.
the question.
I'm gonna
Hold on.
fuck all you niggas
This the question.
I'm
The doors of the
slapping
church is now
everybody,
open.
including Z. That's my brother, but I will off the top of the
This-
watch your man.
this the
Randy
question I
Savage
wanna ask.
elbow that
Oh, go ahead,
nigga.
Buck.
Wait. But Post, this is what we're waiting for. We're just not taking Phil's word for it. That's all.
Look, you gonna take it. Look, man, let me
This
tell you
the-
something.
Coming,
Man, Buck, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you.
shit.
Let me Buck, shut the fuck up. Sony told you to spend $600 and work 2 jobs to get a
I don't care. I
motherfucking
don't buy
system,
Sony
and you still put faith in them.
All right.
Get
No,
your
I
ass out of here.
I don't
Y'all
have a
let
fucking
me ask-
PlayStation.
Sony told you the lineup was going to
let me
be
ask-
sorry,
look at the
and you
bill, look at the
still
bill.
put faith
All right,
in them.
here,
Fuck,
let's
nigga.
chill. Let's pay the bills. Javonin with the 199. Point is, they purchase for the most part subpar studios, not AAA studios. Prime Reviews with the 199. All those studios is for indie games for Game Pass, double A's. Vaughn with the 199. Trey, did you download Madden yet? And Noel with the $2. Post up built like the OG Xbox controller. Damn.
Hold on. That's right. That's why your bitch love grabbing. Facts. That's why your bitch love grabbing me. Fuck nigga.
Anyway. Read that
And
previous one.
Floyd Mayweather with the 5. Post, can Microsoft stop releasing so many controllers next generation? And Mac custom consoles for the Series X and Cyberpunk 2077 console is too late. Where are the customs? Lucifer with the 199. Post, please breathe. Take a breather. Take dealer out of your mouth. Pause.
Hold on, Ned, fuck that shit. Did Von just donated to the channel just to ask if I've got them downloaded Madden?
Yeah, because you ducked before. Why wouldn't he?
Shut the fuck up, Buck. Wasn't nobody talking to your manhood losing ass.
And we're talking about
he to make sure you got that shit ready to go.
And we're talking about AAA, you're meaning budget. So none of them studios that they bought is
what we mean.
All got AAA budget.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Don't try to change the term up now. Don't try to change the term up now.
Let's be real. If we use that same, logic, if we use that same logic, then Naughty Dog would have just made Crash Bandicoots and Insomniac would have just made Sly Coopers. But one thing I wanted to say is, do y'all think who? I want to get on record right now who thinks Xbox ain't gonna show no games in these next 2 shows. It's just gonna be trash games.
Yeah, please say it.
Hold on. Nobody's arguing. Listen, nobody's arguing.
I want to know who said
No. You are arguing that, Kratos. You said that.
Yeah, you are arguing those games are gonna be trash.
You said that plenty of times. Walk your chest out. Don't be scared.
Double A games are trash games. I just want the record.
One at a time. Okay.
Let me finish. Nobody's arguing if they're going to show games.
That's what you are. You've been saying that the whole generation.
One at a time. One at a time.
Games and AAA
let me
games.
finish.
I want you to answer the question. No ducking. Good games.
Nobody is saying that they won't show games. People are complaining is the type of fucking games that they show are not for them. That's the problem.
I just said
the Battletoads, the Grounded.
You know what?
Okay, so you feel like they're going to show Battletoads and Grounded in these next 2 shows?
They just don't have games that
are they going to show?
Are they going to show
next generation games?
One at a time. One at a time.
Pizzo,
go
ahead.
Supposed to have games for 7 years.
Okay.
But Kratos, what I'm saying is, do you feel like they're going to show Grounded and Battletoads level of games with these next 2 shows, or like trash, no AAA game, not good quality games and not AAA?
Listen, let me finish, man. The only thing that we have to go by is by history. What have you done for me lately? Lately, Microsoft ain't gave us shit but them games. Okay. So
you feel like that's what they're gonna show?
No, I think they're gonna show some trash.
Post up, go. You go.
Kratos, that deserves a counter argument. If we go by history, you can't go by history because if history, the 360 era. The OG era into the 360 era shows you can't go by history, brother. And the 360 era going into
you've been saying this shit for 7 years.
I'm just saying though.
Let's get the bills here. Hold
on. Go by history, fuck nigga.
7 years.
Recent. You can't say that.
Not 10 years ago.
You like point out the history that fits your argument, fuck nigga.
7 years.
I'm man Randy Savage your ass off the buckle too, right?
7 years.
Shit. Let's borrow this and pay the bills. Elysium Core with the 500.
I'm missing some
with all this power advantage Xbox has, if 2 years after launch we get cartoony ass games, what will the excuse be this time? Not one AAA game in 5 years. Shaking my head, and that's new IP. Dirt Greedy with the 5. If you're tired of RIP Xbox shows and J-Dub saying the same shit on different podcasts, tune into the WBG on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. on Dirt Grady's channel.
Oh my God!
He's a paid customer. He is a paid customer. Keaton Clark with the $5. People down Don Matrick and Phil, but would Matrick greenlight Battletoads, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3, Bleeding Edge? Would he?
He greenlit all the games Phil brought to him because Phil was the head of
did someone
studios
just
back then.
Stop it.
Read that. Wait. Read that again.
Phil was the head of studios.
All right, read that again.
Don Matrick greenlit a lot of.
Yeah, I fucked up that bill.
That's
So, Keaton Clerk, people down Don Matrick, right? And they up Phil Spencer. But would Donnie D greenlight games like Battletoads, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3, and Bleeding Edge?
Okay.
He
Okay.
greenlit- that's the thing. He greenlit Crackdown.
No, hold on.
Okay,
One
that
second.
one fair.
Get those
All
last
them
two
games
bills.
that we got came from Donnie $1 billion.
Not a problem. Hold on. Get those last.
In the beginning.
What are you talking about?
Get those last two
All
bills.
right, hold on. Harry with the 5. So, Sony developers, producers, and designers are leaving Sony first-party studios to join Microsoft. So, how is there no talent indie game studios? How are they no talent indie studios? Floyd Mayweather with the 2. But J-Dubs, the B and C teams are working on games.
All right, now check this out, right?
Bam Bam with the $4.99. I got 2 more.
Okay.
Bam Bam with the $4.99. Post. Oh shit, 3 more. Post. What has Phil gave you for your support him like you do? True grocery store. Dalby with the $4.99. Kratos. This is a yes or no question. Grocery store. Stand on your square. Grocery store. Victor Allison with the 2. Well, Post said. Well said. Post. Nothing is even good for this grocery store. Nothing's ever good.
What does grocery
Nothing's
store
ever good.
mean when you say that?
I fucked up.
I just want to say one thing, and then you can go, Z.
Okay.
Look, I'm gonna answer this question about why I ref for Xbox so long. The OG years was good for me, especially with the online. The 360 years was even better. They fucked up this year. So what? Everybody take a fall. You got to fall to know how it feels to stand up again, bro. Sony failed with the PS3 era. Did nobody complain? They told you
They came back.
They
came back.
Yeah.
Hey.
So
Came
give
back.
Microsoft the benefit
came
of
back
doubt
with
the same way
what?
you
Hold
gave
on,
Sony.
hold on.
Hold on.
I know why Post
Wait,
reps
may I
Xbox.
add on
Okay?
to something?
That's all I'm saying, bro.
Go ahead,
Y'all
Nigel.
like playing the
Look.
same shit.
Post is
May I
giving
add
y'all
on to
the
that real
generic
quick?
answer. Hold on, Ness. Post is giving them the generic answer. Y'all got to remember,
shit.
Post is from goddamn Chicago. He knows losers. He's been dealing with these losers for the rest of his damn life. Okay? The Cubs, the White Sox, the Bears, and the Bulls. He's known losers. So, hey, that's why he's been able to rep for so long. He just hopes.
Says the
Yes, I did, Von.
Says the nigga who was hot dicking over the Jordan documentary.
You hush. You hush, okay? I can't help the fact that Jordan was a good person. Jordan was a good player. I can't help that.
Don't exclude them years, though. Don't exclude the 85 bears either. The 85 bears either. Nigga.
Oh, bro, that was 1 year.
And we won the World Series in 2016.
Oh my God! After what? 108 years? After 108 years? It took 108 years.
We did it though. And look how the city came together, fuck nigga.
Goddamn,
Look how the city came together. Nigga,
What we doing here?
That might have backfired, but
ain't got
anyways.
time to deal with it.
Prime reviews with the 199. I gotta say something. So, all right. So Microsoft considers Ori a AAA game, but Z, real quick,
Yeah.
did the OG Xbox win or was it the PS2?
PS2 one. By far.
Okay, but did you have faith in Microsoft back then, even with their
Okay.
shit kicked in?
Thank you for the alley-oop. You absolutely right.
Thank you.
My faith didn't waver, right? But his thing, real talk, right? All jokes aside.
Shout out Ash and Luca, straight up. Okay. I'm gonna pimp slap Teddy when I see his bitch.
Not a problem.
Right? Hold on, time out. What she say?
Hold on. It's not a problem. It's not about them losing this generation, right? It's how the fuck they went out. They literally pulled the motherfucking Trey from Boys from Boys in the Hood. They get ready to do the job. Let me out, yo. Like these motherfuckers gave up the fight. Let's hear me out. It's real. It's real. I know. It's not that Z says the same thing. Because a lot of you motherfuckers, how should I say, just forget or how you say, or turn a blind eye. You know what I mean? I wasn't someone that screamed to be neutral. I say, quote unquote, bleed green. These motherfuckers got a podcast after me right now, right? We bleed green. And I know Donnie D gets this, whatever the fuck, and Phil, we gotta stop this shit. We gotta get the biggest knife in the drawer and cut the bullshit out, right? I'm not saying Donnie D was a saint. No, I'm not saying Donnie D was perfect. But Under Donnie D, we had better quality control when it came to games. Right? Yes, Donnie D did bring like Crackdown 3. But that's when the Crackdown 3 was using the cloud and all this other shit that we saw. Even though I'm not a Crackdown fan.
Man, see, get your ass out of here.
No, we gotta be honest here. You know what I mean? Since
being
Donnie
honest.
D left. Fuck that. Since Donnie D left, what fucking game has Phil given you?
Let me ask you a question.
No, I answered that question first.
Grounded.
Hold on.
Grounded.
Nigga, we got games. Fuck
Just
you.
answer that question. God forbid if Phil Spencer was to die today, what goddamn game would we put on his goddamn tombstone?
We got
Since he's been in
Gears
charge.
Grounded. Game of the year.
We got Gears
Grounded.
Gears 4, 5, 4 to 7. Fuck is you talking about?
Grounded.
Halo
Game of the
5.
year.
We got
Wait.
Halo 5. Let me tell you something.
Halo
G.
5. Wait, what?
Since you always say, Hold on. Shut your sweet sour ass up. Box of Chinese food. Let me see. Let me tell you something. Since you always talk about how Microsoft is leaving this generation,
Not like this,
how
bro.
did motherfucking Donnie D lead the
With
360
games.
generation coming into
Hey
this?
yo, how about this?
Horrible messaging. Donnie D left horrible messaging that hurt the Xbox.
And you think Phil saved it or salvaged it? No.
I never said he saved it. I just said Donnie D put Xbox
talking about
in a bad
GPs, though. I'm
situation.
talking post.
Oh, okay.
Your internet don't work. I don't even know how you Teddy.
Hey,
Fuck
yo.
is you talking
Hey,
about?
fuck all that. Hold up. These last two bills right here, never 3 of them.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna answer
Luca with the
$5.
$5.
Ori, like we ain't got no games. I'll be tripping.
Facts.
You know?
Grounded. Game of the year.
All right, hold on. Respect the chat. Luca with the $5. I don't know who this grocery store, but Post, we're not letting anyone disrespect Chicago. Floyd
your
Mayweather with the
shit,
$2. How many new AAA IPs are guaranteed from Microsoft? Top Dog with the
Again.
5. All right, I got Echo. Top Dog with the 5. The last good new IP from Xbox, and we can talk about this, was Gears. Prove him wrong. Max City with the 2. If Xbox turns it around, will they get credit? And Javona with the $199.
Nope.
Post.
No, they won't.
Post. All right, Post. The problem is Phil. He must exit like Donnie D did in the next generation after the launch.
Oh, okay.
We have 3 more.
Okay.
My bad. So Sony Profit with the 5. Shout out to the Super Lucky's Tale, Os Game in chat. Victor Allison with the 2. Donnie D greenlit all the Kinect games. Enough said. Max City with the 2. Phil gave us Game Pass. We love Game Pass over here.
Okay. All right. You ready for this?
Connect under Donnie D.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, no problem. Okay.
What about connectables?
Okay, not a problem.
You
Not a
happy
problem.
with that connectable, Z?
All right, you ready?
You
ready?
playing?
Donnie D greenlit.
I'm gonna let you go. Then I'm gonna go. Get. What
What
else?
is you talking about?
Break his jaw, Z.
Listen, and when you finish, you know what you. Oh, not a problem.
He
Get.
destroyed. He fucked the company up before he
Okay.
left. He went to another company and fucked that company.
Let me know when you
Y'all
finish,
ain't
Rob
heard
Cameron.
what
Nigga,
What
long
is
with
you
the name.
talking about?
What, you ready?
Go here.
You ready?
Connectables.
All right.
All these Connect games and
Sport.
peripherals and shit.
All that
You know what I'm
shit. Let me
saying?
know when you
Connect
ready.
Sport. Fuck is you talking
You
about? You know what I'm saying?
You finished?
Go ahead, talk your shit,
All
my
right, you
nigga.
finished, Rob
I'm finna
Cameron?
mute my mic
Got a
and
long
my
one, right?
headphones.
All right. Ready for this?
Go
You
ahead.
absolutely
Go
right.
ahead, my brother.
Donnie
Clip
D
this.
gave you one of the most successful selling devices of all time, and it just went over in the Kinect. Same phone with this, right?
Sales. Who
No,
cares about the
let me
games were
work.
trash?
I'll let him go.
The
Let me
games
work.
were
You can go next,
trash.
Pizzo.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, let Zeke go.
All
Get
right.
your mics.
You did. Donnie D gave us the Kinect. The thing was in the Guinness Book of World Records, right? Not a problem, right?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm give what you listen. I'm answering what you gave me. Under Donnie D, we had 2 Xbox exclusives. He allocated quote unquote $1 billion for games, right? Right? Listen, right? So the question was, he left the store. Look, the question was because we had Phil the X-Man Spencer. The question was, right? What did Phil do? Under Phil, closed Lionhead Studios, right? Kept Rare for whatever reason. We all could see if these ain't the answer. But motherfuckers again act like Phil saved the X. All Phil did was take the fucking Kinect out the box and drop the fucking Xbox $100 fucking dollars. So I asked the question was
Let him rock.
The
Let's
question
see rock.
was games, right?
Go
Gears.
ahead.
If I'm not mistaken, that was purchased from Epic, right? I asked you what games, right? If you're talking about me, a franchise that's always been here since the original Xbox. All right, so what games? What type of what triple brand new IP bangers did Phil give us? That was the question. This last thing. What year are we in?
2020.
Okay. Phil took over when?
2014.
2014.
Publicly.
2014.
Publicly, 2014, right? Check this out,
Yep.
right? What year we in right
After
now?
lunch.
He was
2020.
well.
A lot of
he
those
didn't take
game
over,
deals
take
were
over.
in play for years. Yeah.
He didn't
Get
take
him-
over because if he took over in 2014
stop.
and they was moved under the Windows
Oh,
division.
my
in
God.
Well, okay.
2014.
The president of Xbox.
Y'all know that.
Facts. We gonna
The
keep
president.
that.
No.
Damn shame.
No. The president
Y'all
of
know that shit,
Xbox. We can go there, right? He took Donnie D spot, right? That's all I'm asking, right? Publicly in 2014, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that being said, right? Then he got promoted to the vice president of goddamn gaming, right?
Yup.
Under that, now what y'all motherfuckers tell me? Phil got a seat at the big table now. They're now taking goddamn gaming serious. This is what you arguing. This is what you fucking
They
Tony,
bought
right?
13 studios.
Not a fucking problem.
He's
With
in the
them,
Mario.
let's have fun with this. With them taking gaming serious, we're still getting Battletoads with no online multiplayer. But we still got State of fucking Decay.
Okay.
With them taking gaming goddamn serious.
That's
We
right.
still got a motherfucking doll that's on the screen right now.
Okay.
With them taking gaming serious.
Let me hold on.
Nah, nigga, nah. Hold.
This is me and C.
Oh.
Me and C.
Oh.
Let me break this down.
No, last thing.
Everybody, let this be a one-on-one affair.
So the question that I asked,
Break the legs, folks.
listen.
Y'all be scared.
Okay, not a problem. All right, fine. But listen, so the question I asked you before you niggas got all the motion, I asked you what game has Phil given you?
Okay, I'm finna write
Now
out.
listen,
Come on.
I heard about the Kinect. You try to buck dance. I heard about this. Heard about that. The question was to you, what game has Phil given us?
I just told you games, fuck nigga.
What game was this?
I gave you games. I gave you games.
Let me hear the game again. That was the question.
Ori. Ain't Ori a new IP? What Ori a new IP this generation?
$20
Can't
title.
think of another one, can you?
It don't matter. Was it Ori a new IP this generation? Yes or no? And did it score
A AAA game?
Did it score in the
A
90s?
AAA game.
The
question was, what AAA game?
The best platformers of our generation.
Can I read my question?
You didn't specify.
Listen, the question was, I did say what AAA game has Phil given us? And you came back and you're
AAA game.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And your rebuttal to me is $20 title.
God damn, y'all could get away with calling Mario. Y'all sit up here called Animal House and Mario and all these.
Hey, bro. Look, listen. Let's see. Hey,
Animal
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're going to pay these bills, but I'll rest my case. Look, we're going to pay these bills. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'll rest my case.
No, I ain't said it.
Look, pay the bills, man.
I'm finna break this nigga.
That's a gavel. That's a gavel. Sony profit with $5. Zoo Tycoon, Disney Rush, Phantom Dust with original assets. That's just 3 of the shitty games he's released. Max City with the 2. Red Dead and Game Pass is lit. Straight Fire, Grocery Store. Keaton Clark with the $10. Donnie D wouldn't have greenlighted Grounded, Battletoads, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay as summer of arcade games. That's what he would have done. Double Rain with the 2. Put the plate of Pig Feet down, Pork Up, and Stop the Cat. AP the Shooter with the $10. Y'all got games like Flight Simulator with 150 gigabytes of a download. Jesus! Y'all bots trying to flip the plane over like Denzel and Flight at 4K 60. Games, grocery stores. Dirt Griggity with the 5. If you're tired of hearing J-Dub and Z obsess over Phil Spencer, watch Grand Punks on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Central on Dirt Griggity's channel. Hashtag the PNTS Network. Let's see. Floyd Mayweather with the $2. Voodoo Vince is Phil Spencer's favorite game and Phantom Dust.
Hold on. Z sit up here and touted a motherfucking down on the screen when Pony just gave y'all a robot companion. Fuck out of here. You talk about State of Decay 2 and all that shit, but it charted before God of War did. What the fuck is you talking about? Sea of Thieves has over 5 million.
What does that mean to me?
A game
10
that
million.
y'all
10 million.
10 million that y'all
20,
call trash.
30 million.
Oh, these is
Okay.
what are you talking about?
So,
and let me tell you something.
okay. Right.
Under Donnie D,
I'll let you go.
guess who was under Donnie D? Head of studios, Phil. Guess who was bringing those games to Donnie D?
So what happened to him?
Phil.
What happened to him? So what happened to him then?
Hold on. So the same So you're saying if you're going to say under Donnie D, you got to say under Phil too, motherfucker.
No, I don't.
What you talking about?
I'm not under Phil.
Yes, you do.
Pause.
What are we doing here?
I'm not under Phil.
Pause. But here, let me pay the bill. And Z, there is something in the DMs for you to put on your screen.
Okay.
Quentin with the $1.99.
Why y'all helping them out? Why y'all helping them out? Why y'all helping my man's out? Why y'all trying to do like that? That's my bro.
Post up. I got Bill here. Post.
That's my bro.
Hey, post up. Ori is a AAA game on the Switch. It don't count. Floyd Mayweather with them $2. Post. Why doesn't Microsoft own Moon Studios and the Cuphead devs?
Because Moon Studios do not want to be purchased.
They don't want to be bought. Yeah.
They say they want to remain independent, and they're not even a studio. They scattered out all over the world, bro.
Here we go.
XPR.
Cuphead.
What that shit say at the beginning, brother?
Cuphead said the same thing. They don't want to be brought to purchase either. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't force nobody to,
Man, money talks.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Not for a lot of people, because I'm pretty sure they dangle that check over.
Okay. But hold on. We got some more bills there or something.
Nope. That is all the bills for now.
Okay. Okay. So we were talking about what charted, and this charted or that charted, right? Because I told you that it means nothing to me. They got 10 million players and 25 million players, and you guys gave me user numbers, and I spent 17 hours on. That's
you brought up Connect sales.
No, he said Connect. I said it was in the Guinness Book of World Records. So I say that to say this, right?
Talk your shit.
Those games are so great that you just named that Phil given us, right? If you look at the top 50 on most played games on Xbox. Well, I'm looking for Ori. I'm looking for Sea of Thieves. No. Let me work. No, let me work. You said they got 15 million players. No. Listen, hey, bro. No, I'm not talking about PlayStation. Listen, hey, bro.
That was his son now.
No, I'm saying
PlayStation.
Look, bro. Listen, we look at this right here. Look at this. Look, we see this, right?
What PlayStation looking like?
Listen, why do you box with this, right?
Wait, hold on. Are more people playing Fallout 76?
Yes.
God damn. Yes. I'll take that. With the same notion that Z uses. We know that multi-plats always outsell
most played. I said most played.
50 though, post. Stop 50 though, post.
Hey, yo.
I know that was your corporate
ass. Hey, yo. You said I didn't say this ain't sales. This is most played.
This is play. I'm drinking my juice.
That's the favorite go-to, the most played game. Nigga, what Fallout 76 said? Fuck, nigga.
It's above Gears, bro.
But
I bet you even in Game Pass.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I don't know why y'all guys have this thing with taking them for this powerful white man. Maybe this is a powerful white man. I don't know. I wish I got the benefit of the doubt.
Let me talk about Phil right quick.
Shit, they can't help themselves.
This is what Phil has given Xbox. Right?
What?
He gave him backwards compatibility.
What?
Hold on. Don't downplay it because Sony's console is hampered because of it. So Phil doing that put pressure on them, and they don't have
enjoying that fight night. You was enjoying
it. They don't have it. Hold on. They don't have the technology to do it in the same way as Microsoft. That's what
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna give you respect. Listen.
Number two. He convinced Nadella to go all in on games. Right? However you say his name.
Okay.
Nadella.
No. Repeat that again. I want you to repeat that again.
He convinced him to go all in on gaming. All right.
Oh, okay. Now listen.
Hold on. Let me finish.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Let him finish. I want the clip.
Number three.
So I'm gonna let you finish, right? I just want everybody to be quiet because I need the audio for fuck nigga of the week. So repeat. Go. Yeah.
You right though.
He convinced Nadella what?
He convinced him to go all in on gaming. That was his word. All right.
And he right.
That was his words. Hold on. All right. Number three. After I guess he convinced him, I'm guessing this is the timeline. They went on this massive buying spree of studios. They went on this massive hiring spree. They changed their developer culture. They poaching devs from Sony, very good ones at that, from other places in the industry. So what I'm seeing is I don't regard like, okay, what games have he given us? He ain't giving us anything but like Gears 5. There's been no new IPs. But I think, and like you said, they ended this generation terribly. They did bow out. there's no discussion about it. They bowed out.
Facts. We understand that.
And right, I think Phil set his eyes on this coming generation with the Series X and the PS5. And from what I can see, they looking like they coming out guns blazing. So
yeah, judge him on this
I'm
generation.
judging Phil.
Judge him on this generation.
What he does in these next 2 shows and what I see.
All right, can I go now? Can I go now?
Yep. Let's go. Go.
All right. You said.
But do you want the bills?
I'll get the bills first. I'm sorry.
All right. So Max City with the $2. Same reason we're talking about independent thing. Same reason CD Projekt Red is independent, but they actually own like a PC storefront. They're almost like Valve in a way, so they're pretty high up there. Max City again with the $2. Bet multiplat's top games on Sony's platform as well. And 1745 with the 2. Sony the first one to implement backwards compatibility. That ain't new.
Okay, can I
It
go
don't
now?
matter though.
All right,
but y'all was on charge when they
Not
said
a problem.
PS1, PS2, and PS3 games was gonna be backwards.
Hey, light skin Ralph Camden.
But go ahead, Zeke. Go ahead. I'm gonna shut my combo ass up.
You gotta part my brother Post. He's battling Crohn's disease right now. You know what I mean? All right, now with that being said, right? You said Phil gave us backwards compatible, right? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, for this generation, they did. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd rather Sony gave me brand new AAA goddamn experience to play some old shit that I already played before.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I agree with you. Okay, all right. So I wouldn't even brag about that. No. That they spent more time and gave me old ass games that I can already play and played already than being able to play new fucking games.
Yep.
So you niggas like the buck dance, right? And I had to use that word here. It's kind of coonish. I asked you motherfuckers, right? What brand new AAA game has Phil given? And you said Gears 5. That's not Gears. I'm a Gears fan. That's not a new AAA. So when I say a new AAA game, right? I'm talking about Horizon, whether you like it or love it or not. I'm talking about, Detroit.
Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Oh, God. Days
But
Gone
even
is
Spider-Man, you know what I mean? I'm talking about new shit, right?
They
And my man, so that when I asked AAA games, my man,
let him rock.
he said to me, Ori, at least listen, brother, these leagues can be broken anymore. That was the question, right? And then you said to me that Phil had to convince the dollar, right? To stay in one of the most. But listen, this is a lie. That the most lucrative thing when it comes to media, Microsoft owns so much shit around gaming. That's a fucking lie. He didn't have to go to Phil on the dollar and beg to keep the Xbox division. That's a
Mikey
fucking.
Barr said that. Mikey Barr said that was a lie.
That is a fucking lie. Listen,
And look, the dollar,
That
dollar's the
that
one.
was a lie.
The dollar's the one that came to Phil.
Y'all about to
It's
say
not.
that.
It's not.
Somebody make that shit up.
Yo, hold on.
Come on, bro.
All right, hold on.
Let's see rock out.
Okay.
Let's see rock out.
Oh, let me say. Okay, then most go. Let me say this last thing, right? I don't do no capping when it comes to gamers. I don't. My opinion is my opinion. I don't make up shit and spill a bunch of bullshit. That was a fucking lie. I gotta convince. Look, I gotta convince because I know some people. They know some people. You believe what you want, right? I gotta convince them to stay in the most lucrative thing when it comes to media. Games is more expensive than I make more money than fucking movies and music, right? And again, Microsoft owns so much shit around gaming, right? They got their hands every fucking way. And it's not about their fucking money. I gotta convince him to stay in fucking gaming when they just spent $2 billion on fucking Minecraft. Do you know how asinine that shit sounds, right? Nigga, don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. And listen, hold up, fuck niggas. Let me take a breather. Hold up. Hold up.
Go ahead.
Let's see how quiet I am.
Put the glasses on.
Hey yo. You see how quiet I am? I let niggas talk. I don't get emotional. I'm a circle with this bitch. I let motherfuckers talk. I don't say a motherfucking thing. That's when you know you hit them where it hurts and rub their face in the dirt.
I got the rebuttal already.
Okay, I bet you do, fuck nigga. I'm a damage crew. Now, with that being said, right? I'm just a school and count. I'm surgical with this bitch, right? So, what I asked you before we started this whole other shit about, what happened in the scriptures and Moses split the Red Sea, I didn't ask you fuck niggas none of that shit. My man even said, Phil gave me backwards goddamn compat. Well, Sony didn't have the mental fortitude or the vision. How about they gave me some great goddamn games? Sony gave me a goddamn game with a goddamn generation, in my opinion, with God of War. You might some men like it, whatever. It was mine. Still, Last of Us 2 and motherfucking Ghost of Tsushima. I say that to say this, right? If you want someone to take you seriously, right, or whatever the case may be, you don't end the generation on the way that you're ending it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This generation, this generation is not over. So when you tell me Phil is looking toward, what about this shit right here? Because this shit's still gonna be going on. But
Can I ask y'all a question?
Last
Let
thing,
him
it's still
finish.
this generation is not over because they're still gonna be selling this fucking hardware for at least 2 to 3 years, right? And still supporting it. So when you tell me he's looking forward to the next generation, like after what No Gamer Left Behind, that I can, So what when is it? That was the goddamn question.
Let me flex on this nigga
Okay,
real quick.
Real quick, Paul. This is just a quick question. Because I hear that a lot, and I'm not saying there isn't some validity to that. What I would say is,
what a lot.
Like they shouldn't end the generation without dropping some bangers, and I'm not saying there's not no validity to it. But it's just odd to me because we literally say, well, historically speaking, Sony never starts out with bangers, so we don't expect them to drop nothing in the beginning. But we don't historically say, well, traditionally Xbox don't end the generation with bangers, so we don't expect them to end the generation.
Okay, hey Pizzo. All right, now listen. I know you're new here, and you're trying to. I don't try to bring
build
some fanfare. Not end the generation. This motherfucker's been 5 fucking years. They didn't take the last year off. No, fuck nigga, no. I'm using your words. You said, all right, well, Sony, Microsoft.
I said end the generation.
Not a problem. You said it's okay for Sony to start off slow, to start the beginning of the generation, and Microsoft, it's not okay for Microsoft to end the generation on a low note. It's okay for Sony to start the generation at a low note, but it's not okay for Microsoft to end the generation on such a low note. That's what you said, right? Now, don't put any words in my right?
Correct.
It's not just the last. It's been 5 fucking years.
Let me break this down to you.
Your previous statement was not supposed to end the gen that way. Had you said 5 years ago, then I wouldn't have made my comment.
Okay, not a problem.
You just got done saying the end of the gen. So
okay. Listen, it's been 5 fucking years. It's not. Look, they took the last year off. Fine, cool. It is what it is. They get ready for next generation. But it's been 5 fucking years. The last AAA goddamn game I saw the Gears Force and Halo was goddamn Quantum Break when they came out in 2016. Let's think about that. Well, 4 years. Then it 4.5.
Can I explain something?
Do you agree? Do you concur? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my fucking case.
We know.
Let me answer.
We know the drought, see? We not negating.
So what the fuck are we talking here?
Y'all sitting up there.
What's all the damage control in?
Nigga, you acting like we don't recognize the fact that they fucked up. Boy, what are you talking about? Let me explain.
I can't tell.
Let me tell you something.
Don't do that. I've been saying
today's handicap match has been winning for the books.
Hold on. Number 1, yeah, they brought Minecraft, but they brought Minecraft before they went under the Windows division. Fuck, nigga. 2, when you go under the Windows division and you under a boss that don't want you there, that got board members, on this side about Microsoft getting away from the Xbox division, of course your CEO gonna come to you and say, look, I'm hearing all these rumblings, man. We don't need to have y'all in here. Of course they own a lot of things in gaming. That don't mean they gotta sell hardware or sell games. They can still be Microsoft and still create software and services like they do for companies around the world that they don't even dabble in.
Without investing.
Okay, not a problem. I'm gonna say one thing and I'm gonna say that the rest
like Microsoft can't do what they've been doing for years.
Not a problem.
Software for companies that they don't even. You know what I'm saying?
Not a problem.
What are we talking about?
Not a problem. I'm gonna say this one thing: we pay the bills, right? Not a problem, right? You know you don't fucked up, right?
Nope.
Get him, Z.
You said Microsoft, they own some stuff in gaming, right? What's very profitable for Microsoft that they own, as far as only Xbox division? What's very profitable for them?
Xbox Live.
So how the fuck are they going to? They make billions of dollars on that, right? How the fuck are they going to charge people for Xbox Live if they're trying to get out the hardware business? It's free on PC, goddammit.
Oh shit!
Hold on.
I will not hold on. I will not be quiet. I will not hold on. I will not be quiet.
And that's
Rest in peace.
and that's
Rest in
hold on.
peace.
Hold on. That's
Hold on. Host on the ropes, but he ain't knocked down yet.
Hold on.
That's not a rest in peace. That's not a rest in peace. Because if that's the case, this the same thing Z been arguing against Microsoft, the fact that they've been going to a cloud-based initiative. Fuck nigga. Fuck if you how you gonna run up there and say that and then be mad at them from doing what
Break his legs, folks.
What are you talking
Break his
about?
legs, folks.
Hold on.
Break his legs.
Hold on.
What?
Did you have a podcast a few months ago that was
Talking shit
about how Jim Ryan, whatever CEO's name is, was talking about how they want to increase their user base.
And one of the things they was talking about was how to get PlayStation 5
and that's why they moved to Azure
on any device. Because the issue is, and Microsoft probably saw it, they're not gaining new customers.
He said all the time. You're right. It's an Italian. You're right. It's an Italian.
So yes, you're right. They're making millions of dollars a month off Xbox Live, but they also realize
and Moss said it too.
They're not getting any customers.
Moss, what you say, Moss? Bill had to adapt to Nadalia, and so he moved Xbox.
I ain't said nothing you said. I ain't said nothing you said, bro.
Hey, hold on. Let me pay this bill right quick. Because you know,
play this bill, and then I got to clear something up.
There's way too many bills. Keaton Clark with the $5. Microsoft coming out guns blazing next generation, but we ain't saying new IP. Fuck out of here. Max City with the 5. I don't care who's in charge. Just give me the goddamn games. Grocery stores. Gears 5 looks great. Plays great. Don't sleep on it. McNeil Christian with the $9.99. Real ninjas went from playing shooters and capping for Gears and Halo on the 360 age to popping up Sea of Thieves on the Xbox One. How the mighty have fallen. R&B with the 5. Hey Z, can you speak on that? Phil saved Xbox argument because GameSpot keeps backing up that claim. Is this an example of journalistic integrity? Let's see. Oh shit. Hold on. Gotta scroll back up. Too many goddamn bells. Harry with the $5. Sony didn't start backwards compatibility. Grocery store. Atari did that. Facts. Rome Rush with the 2. How did you have high expectations on promises? How do you have them? Emmanuel A with the $2. HDR and games that never had it is brag worthy. Gamer OMally with the 5. The last new successful IP Xbox had was Titanfall. That was the last time the broader gaming public saw Xbox as a must-have console over 6 years ago. Double Rain with the 2. Break them legs, Z! Break them grocery store legs. John Meadows with the $9.99. Z, you're a true grocery store. I'm looking at the top 50 right now. Forza Horizon, Sea of Thieves, Minecraft, Gears 5, and guess what? Grocery store, Ark Survival Evolved is on it. So I guess Grounded is just it's just gonna do just fine. So Double Rain with the 2.
Just like Ori is.
What was about Ori? Too.
Why is Pizzo on the fucking panel? This grocery store doesn't game.
Ray bought a PlayStation 4 3 months ago.
I'm still not done.
I
got one more.
Well, do you see Rain on this goddamn panel right now?
252 with the $10. What are we doing, Z? You just said it's another 2 years in this gen. So all these games that Microsoft is about to be showing it soon will be playable on other boxes. You just contradicted yourself.
No, I did not.
Let me just quick. I just want to clear something up. Y'all was battling Z talking about that Phil Spencer convinced Satya and Nadella to keep gaming. That's what the argument is about. And that really couldn't be the farthest thing from the truth. For the simple fact that y'all used
said it on the podcast before.
Hold on. Tsunami, shut up.
Let him rock.
Y'all said y'all blame Terry Myerson all the time. Paul Thurrott, that's more in depth than y'all are with this shit, said that that Satya Nadella went to every single business line and said, "You got to show me why you should exist." That wasn't just exclusive to Microsoft.
That don't matter.
Music.
Hold on, let Moss go.
Hold on, let me finish.
Let him finish.
Let me finish. Everybody had to
put people.
Hold on, let me finish.
I want to rebuttal Moss. Go ahead.
Okay, that's fine. Everybody had to prove themselves. While everybody was quote unquote proving themselves, if Satya Nadella really didn't care about Xbox division, he wouldn't have called up Phil while this process was going on and said, "Hey, do you guys want to buy Minecraft? We're working on that deal." He would have had that deal working somewhere else. So yes, he did. You want to know why? Hey, post up, don't do this. Hold up, let me. No. You want to know why? Hey, post up, listen. Post up. Hold on, let me tell you where you're gonna get busted. Bill admitted that in the Fortune magazine interview. He admitted that Satya called him. Don't make me put that video up, brother. Don't down this court. Bill admitted it.
Let me rebuttal Moss.
Before you rebuttal, I got a good bill here. Verge with the $4.99. Z, can we get that post up? What are we doing here? Or break J-Dub's jaw shirt and Colonius King with the $9.99. Fight grocery stores. Post break Z's jaw.
Okay. What up, Ken? Hey, Moss. Let me tell you something, Moss. You run that same script every time, fuck nigga, but it proves
Because the
shit.
truth is the truth,
It's
baby.
not the truth.
Truth
Just
hurts.
because he went around to everybody and asked, we're not saying it was exclusive to just Phil only. We were saying that he had to prove himself. So you saying him going around to everybody doesn't negate the fact that he still had to prove his motherfucking self.
Facts.
What happened to Groove Music? They canceled Groove Music.
What did he do? But what did he do that was so
And who
special that
survived?
stayed with?
Groove Music is gone, nigga.
All right.
A lot of services is gone.
Okay,
nigga.
not a problem.
What are you talking
We say
about?
one thing here. We got all the bills.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather with the $2.
Yeah.
MM2K. Stadia only got that 1 million because it's free. Fuck out of here.
I want to say this one thing here, right?
Hey, they got something for you. It's called Preparation Aids. Get over it.
All right, let's see go.
I'm gonna say this one thing, right? And again, I'm gonna say, and I stand by this, right? Again, well, if I'm gonna take your thing here. When you say that Phil, or Xbox or Microsoft bought all of these new things, right? Just give a Microsoft track record, right? When they acquire something, it usually dies.
Yep.
See what happened to Zune.
Yep.
We see what happened to the fucking we see what happened to Zoom. We see what happened to Groove Music and all that shit that I may be paying for $15.
You did post.
UWP.
You did post. You did.
You see what happened? They didn't bought no kid. They didn't bought no kid. They bought the goddamn cell phone company, right? No, I'm just being real, bro. So when you tell me at the end of the day that they bought all these goddamn LLCs and these Fortune 5, what does that mean to me?
Hey, let me answer that. What does
it mean?
Let me answer that. So Z, let's say some of those developers drop a game and the game is fire.
I hope so.
But the game doesn't. But the game doesn't do well. Will that matter to you as long as the game is fire? I believe. Hold up. I believe you said you enjoyed the Zune over the iPod, right?
Yes. But it's gone.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
Okay, but you can't help if people buy it and get successful. If they drop a quality product, that's all we want.
Let me tell you the difference.
You can't help it if people don't buy it or not.
You know the difference?
Quality is quality.
All right, fine. I'm about to slap you back. I'm about to knock you the fuck out of you. You know what the difference is? Because I paid $200 fucking for that fucking device. I paid $200 for that fucking device. I bought the Zoom, what was it, 20 gig? I bought the goddamn 60 gig. I bought the 80 gig. I bought the 120 gig. Then I turned and bought the Zoom HD. That was only 32 gig with a touchscreen, right? Then I signed up for the motherfucker. Before it was Groove Music. Before it was Groove Music, it was called something else. I forgot the name of the music.
Let me
$15 a month. So I can no longer. The hardware is no longer. I got all these goddamn devices. I can't even put music on the motherfucker.
You can't even use them because it's
that is the problem. I'm not talking about a game. It's different. I'm not talking about a game selling well.
Y'all wasted y'all money on them.
I don't play sales. If a game is dope, it's dope. I don't have a problem with that.
I'm using your logic though.
That wasn't my motherfucking logic, you retarded bitch. That wasn't my goddamn logic.
Be right.
Everything you just said. Hold on, everything you just said wasn't successful and they closed it down, even though it was quality product. That's what I'm saying. So they can make a dope game and still close that studio like Lionhead because that game didn't sell. But as long as we get a dope game, what you talking about?
It wasn't the fact that the Zoom was crap, it was dope. It was that Microsoft allowed Apple to beat them to the party like they do every time. They always late. It was
poor execution.
Ideas, they put them out, they fail, and then nothing.
Who fault is that?
Who fault is that?
No, Post is right on that. Apple already had an established fan base when it came down to the iPod.
Say this: the GitHub leak was true. With Kratos' face shirt is coming real soon.
Wasn't. Hey, we got a bill. My man.
All right, yeah, Cool Assassin with the $1.99. Hey, could I join the Discord because I want to talk on the panel? Drip XC with the $1.99. Sony Interactive has been delivering games since 1994. It's in the history. Mark with the $2. Sony makes TVs that can't compete against LG and Samsung. McNeil Chris J with the $1.99. J Dubs kills me every time with the GitHub comments, laughing my ass off.
Yeah, that shit had me rolling.
The reason why I brought up the Zoom piece up, you don't know. Listen, before I close the show, the reason I brought up the Zoom because they tell them Microsoft buying all these studios, and I say, at the end of the game, what does that mean to me? You know what I mean? So I just gave you an example of things that they bought that didn't fall out too well. I was giving you the track record.
We gave him that narrative.
Let him finish.
This what it means. This what it means.
Listen, Matt Booty already told you. AA and indie games.
No, he
No,
didn't.
that's not.
Took
Dude,
that out
you
of
take
context.
everything
Matt
out of
Booty said it
context,
with his
bro.
He do that on purpose. He
I
do that
know,
on
man.
purpose,
You
man.
take
His
everything
own
out of
mouth.
context,
Matt
man.
Booty
That
said
nigga be
it.
like,
Hey,
that
Z,
nigga the
Z,
greatest
Z,
slide
yes.
I ever seen.
Hey, Z,
boy.
here's what I think. Here's what I think
That
it
nigga
means
be
for
on
you.
Twitch selling that.
Here's what I think it means for you. They've had 2 years. If they ain't built no games, it's a failure. That's
Not
the
a problem.
only.
But
That's the only thing I can say about that.
no problem. I'm glad for you being. But Pizzo, do you understand?
I
You silly,
co-sign that. Go
you
ahead.
silly simple motherfucker. The reason why I
What?
gave you that example because they told me things that Microsoft was bought. So I said I gave you their tracker with them, but them acquiring things.
We gave him that
and-
narrative too. We didn't even know it, but we gave. I didn't realize that.
I'm searching
I
with this
didn't.
bitch.
Don't say we. I didn't say that.
See,
But like,
see, you know
was
why?
lit-
I sit
I
back
didn't
and I
realize
listen.
until afterward. I know. That's what I was saying. I was like, he was listening.
That's why I'm dealing with what I do. I don't get emotional.
I mean, it don't bother me
The
because
thing about it
I
is-
think
that narrative.
I think more about it like as a developer
Good
when I'm
shit,
talking
good
about
shit,
the game
though.
and
Good
stuff. So
shit.
it don't really bother me.
Touche.
about that.
That's good shit. That's good shit, man. Still
I'm the
shopping,
master of
it
this
is-
shit, man.
still shopping,
Hold on.
still, man.
the thing about it is,
What
When
talk
he
about
said,
what?
I was
what,
like,
what
damn,
you're speaking
brother.
on is not.
Throwing
Chill
the
out.
towel
What
on
you're
that
speaking
one.
on is not the quality of the product, more or less
Nigga.
the success of the product.
Hold
You're
on,
talking about how successful the product was, not
Hey,
the
that's
quality of it.
He's so finna tsunami your ass.
And
now.
I'm saying
Yeah, we about to do
any game could be dope and not sell.
He
Bro,
finna
You know what I
tsunami
mean?
your
well,
ass.
I
now.
wasn't talking about the sales of anything. That wasn't, bro. What are you talking about? Are you okay?
If you're talking
Well,
about the
the thing
success of the
is, you
system,
talk-
Z,
you
what
talk-
are you talking about, bro?
What are you-
What are you
bro,
talking about? If you're talking about it failed,
Are you
failed.
drunk?
Right.
Nigga,
It was poor execution on Microsoft part.
It's just poor
Lack
how
of
did
quality.
it? How did it? So
The
how
iPod
was
had
the Zoom
like a
before X? Time out.
iPod had
How
like
was
a
the-
3-4 year head start on Zoom. What are you talking about? By the time Zoom dropped,
What does a head
iPhone
start
was
have
getting
to
ready
do
for
with
their first phone.
What does a head start
By
have
the
to
time
do
the
with the
Windows phone
quality?
dropped, they were getting ready for their 4th one.
I'm gonna take
So
my
what-
W.
What
Shut
does
the
the
fuck up.
timing have to do with the quality of the product?
Nah, he's right. He's right about that. What does poor execution have to do?
Are you listening to yourself? What did you tell me?
Actually, the product could be good.
I agree. It has to do with how well the product sells.
Thank you.
Who mentioned
the product
sales?
be as good as all outdoors, but if
Right,
that shit don't ship,
y'all
if it
niggas
don't
didn't
get
sell. That
sales,
wasn't the
it's
argument.
done.
That's my point.
No,
That's my point.
But the
Trey, are you
difference is-
slow?
No.
That's my point.
The difference is we're talking about software here.
No.
And hold on. And them buying these studios.
No.
What's going to matter is if they put out quality games.
I
not how well they sell.
no, which is what you said to me. I gave you what
Thank
I
you.
let you talk, and I gave what you gave me. That's what I gave you an example. You said Microsoft are buying all these things. What do you think they're gonna do anything with it? And I gave you Microsoft track record of them buying all those things, right?
Yes, but you're.
Okay,
And it has
hold
never.
on, hold on.
No,
Hold on.
okay.
What's the negative side of those things they bought, Z? What's the
They're
negative
all,
thing you're saying
they're all
about those
hardware
things?
based. They're hardware.
Hold on,
Okay.
regardless, hardware or software. Hardware or software, what's the negative thing about those things you're saying? They bought them and now, what's the correlation you're making?
They're
And
no
now
longer
what?
supported. They're gone.
Why are they no longer supported, Z?
Let's cut the. Let's
Okay,
cut
no,
the
let's
bullshit.
go. Okay,
Why are they no longer supported?
Go.
Let's cut the
Go.
bullshit.
Why are they no longer supported?
Xbox is dog shit.
The thing.
and
Hold
that's-
on. The things they bought.
Why are they no longer
the
supported?
Microsoft Studios division, which for them has been something that's successful. That's the major difference here.
Okay.
It's not exactly the same. They're not apple to apple.
Okay, it's not. Lionhead
No, it's
Studios.
not because
Lionhead Studios. Lionhead Studios. Is that
See,
software?
that's my point. See,
Is that software? That studio is gone. That's gone.
Yes, Lionhead Studios gone.
Okay.
I agree with you. They
It's
are
gone. We talking about studios.
last year?
Max Turner. Let's have fun with this. Max Turner, the brother of studio. No.
Shut up, Tsunami.
Studio,
Max Turner, the brother of studio.
cancellations happen.
Not a problem. Max Turner.
Studio last year.
I don't give a fuck. So again, must I take you back to 2014, 2015 when Microsoft closed all those studios? Are you fucking shitting me?
I agree with you. That
So what we talking about here? What are we doing here?
Oh, how many they closed?
Okay,
So-
Z.
if
Hold
that's
on.
being
Let
the
me
case-
dead this.
These niggas mad. Hot pocket.
I ain't mad. Let me just dead this.
I do it anytime.
Let's say Ninja Theory comes out with a game and the game is fire.
What the
And
fuck?
this game doesn't do well and they close down the studio. Is that the point that you're saying?
No. What the fuck are you serious right now?
Because they did buy
I
Minecraft.
made a direct
and
correlation of what you
Minecraft
said.
has done numbers it was not going to do without them buying it. With the merchandise and all the other execution they've done. They have a track record on both sides.
Moss, I can't, man.
Z,
I ain't got the mental right now, bro.
You're upset.
Hey, you might want to check. You might want to check the.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pay the bills while he does that. None of your business with the $5. Shout out to my brother Z for single-handedly stopping these filthy bots from having a Phil Spencer prayer meeting. You are the real MVP. Great show panel. ODG with the $2. J-Dub, the Trump of grocery store integrity. I think that's it.
All right.
Say nothing, and they all
now again, hey Moss.
Yep.
So this is what happened when capping and cooning goes wrong. Now, I asked her what they kept. Well, this was a powerful white man.
What are we saying here?
Receipts are abundant. So when you motherfuckers some of this stuff again that Phil single-handedly saved the Xbox division, you have to talk. It's not true. Please stop running with that narrative. It's the farthest thing. But listen, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this here, right? If you want to hear the truth, turn into the show. But here you go.
Here go Moss sending links again with your logo. Right. They always send the back.
I'm just drinking my juice.
He don't send no Stadia link.
I'm just drinking my juice.
Hold on one second. Let me turn this up. Let me turn this video.
Watch this have nothing to do with what we was talking about too. That's gonna be the funny.
Stadia tears, nigga. You drinking them Stadia tears?
See, I'm here to save you. See,
all right, hold
click the link.
You ready?
Click the link. See.
Hey, with this audio here, what is this, Moss?
What this is Phil being asked in the Fortune magazine thing about them being in it for the long haul. And they're talking about the Minecraft deal specifically, how that deal was being catered. They were trying to poach that since the Bomber days, and Satya was integral in that. And Satya was in the deal for the beginning.
Do it. Bomber denied. Bomber denied him when he brought it up.
Okay, but that don't mean that Phil was the savior. Satya was in the part of the negotiation. Oh, come on, man!
I never said that.
Who said that? First thing I asked was who said that.
Look at you. Play the audio.
They said what did Magic do for you or what did Phil do for you? That's exactly what the question was. Y'all don't know context.
Copyright, Z. They're gonna flag you.
Y'all don't never know context.
He said they're gonna flag you.
It's copyright. They're gonna flag you.
Yeah, as I was saying, but this wasn't about that. He was talking about this. Piece of, he said in context.
Play with subtitles.
Okay, but look, like you always say, in context, it's not about Phil or Donnie. It's about the whole narrative about. That he had to keep the Phil went around and saved the Xbox. Had to keep
signing deals recklessly and saving the company.
And people say that, but I don't think nobody said that on the show. You just asked like, what did Donnie D do? You said what did Donnie D do and what did Phil do, and then he started naming the differences.
This is the second segment of the show. They said that Phil had to save the Xbox division and game and all this stuff.
I missed that part.
Okay, I bet you probably did, big fella. Somebody mute their mic in the background.
Risk that this thing might go away.
This is kind of low.
Right, like I want to make sure that I think it's part of my job to make sure that we build something. The company's matching our customers' commitment in what we're building, and that
like a rain is on my nuts.
Well, that means it's a representation to
he always on everybody goddamn nuts.
Like, how feasible is this? How long is this going to last?
Yeah, you think him and Buck brothers?
You know, put the resources that you need to do.
Hold on.
Well, one of the things I went through during my transition into the job was this question about: Are we serious? Are we serious about being in the
What happened? Did the show?
Right.
No, I'm playing audio.
Oh, okay.
We'd had some departures, and is this something that we're long in? Is this a business that Microsoft's really committed to? The next thing that happened was Notch calls up and it's, hey, do you want to buy Minecraft? Which creates a lot of.
Did he call up and he asked you if you wanted to do it?
Yeah, and we had the 360 relationship with them of doing the three. It's actually this question about: Are we serious?
Listen,
are we serious about being in the gaming space? We had lost Xbox One; it hadn't gone as well as we had hoped. We'd had some departures, and is this something that we're long in? Is this a business that Microsoft's really committed to? The next thing that happened was Notch calls up and it's, hey, do you want to buy Minecraft? Which creates a lot of.
Did he call up and he asked you if you wanted to do it?
Yeah, and we had the 360.
Okay. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out tonight. God bless.
Wait. We got Bill.
Oh no!
Let me pay the last two bills. Let me pay the last two bills. Start creating with the $10. Just because Xbox bought these studios.
That wasn't $1. That wasn't $1 though. That was doing from Minecraft. That was dude from Minecraft.
No, Nadala talked about it.
That was not
Go ahead, don't pay the bill.
All right, hold on. I'll pay these bills and we're bringing over to Twitch. Stir crazy with the $10. Just because Xbox bought these studios, give them big budgets, if that happens, doesn't mean they'll put out good games. We have gotten a bunch of games.
We stated
big
that.
budgets and that have been trash. Various with the $199. Z, your contract is extended and J-Dub stop capping. Cool Assassin with the $199. I accepted the invite to Discord. Invite me. We'll do it on the Twitch stream.
You gotta be vetted for between the motherfucking weird. You make up playing porn in the background, but hold up. Hey, hold up. We going live on Twitch. This for the after party. Come on over to Twitch. Listen, man. All I'm gonna say is this, right?
Say? I ain't hear it.
I bet you didn't, fuck nigga. I'm gonna say this for the Twitch though. We going over to Twitch. I'm gonna say, give me my flowers while I can smell them.
They done me, nigga.
Yeah. Watch this right here.
Wait.
Watch this.
Hold on.
Fuck that, right? It's my show. I'm oldest. I'm here to see these fucking niggas, right? What you seen today? What you witnessed today? Me single-handedly dismember these bots. Limb by limb. I'm good at what I do. You know why? Because I'm not emotionally invested, man. So you got me screaming over the dolls and Sea of Thieves and Age of Empire. Those was raw emotions. I'm no longer there right now. And I don't do any capping for either side. I give credit when credit's due, and I don't mind being subjective or objective, you know? And they can't do that. You ask them a simple question, they talking about other shit, this and getting Fortune 500s and LLCs, who's well like. Ask them niggas none of that. Answer the question at hand. This is why these bots fear me. End of the day, man. But you know what? Because I got some more shit. You know, the night is still young, man. I may whoop some more ass. You know, I may whoop some more ass. We're going live on Twitch right now. Come on over. Yeah.